Hi everyone, nice to see you again. I'm coming back to answer a few questions about the yoga teacher training. I'm talking to you from my outdoor yoga studio. I've been recording from just over the other side of this computer with the computer up on the deck, and this is the garden that's often behind me when I'm teaching. In case you haven't seen it yet, there's a whole series of yoga classes from our summer immersion, which was about the chakras and the koshas, and that is listed on our YouTube channel, which we'll put a link to near to this video so you can also see that. It's a whole playlist. And we're coming up on a week next week on the pranayama and chanting aspects of that. We've been doing that all along the way, but we're going to really integrate it next week in our summer immersion. Those are 7 a.m. yoga classes Monday through Friday. You're welcome to join us if you want to see what that's all about. And then a couple questions came in about my previous announcement about the structure of our upcoming 200-hour yoga teacher training. So what are your requirements for those in-person, in-studio times, and how are we going to navigate that on our end? So this is what we did last year in our 300-hour yoga teacher training. I was actually teaching from home during that training, but this one, these particular components, I'm going to be able to go down to Yoga on Yamhill in Portland, Oregon. And so what we do is, you as an at-home student are going to have a different responsibility than if you're the in-studio student. So let's say that you're not traveling to Portland for the yoga teacher training because you're living too far to do that. It's easier to do it from your home. You have reasons for being at home for the teacher training that make it more viable for you that way. And so you're going to be doing your training from home, coming in on Zoom. On the times when we have the in-person studio satellite hybrid model, you're going to have, let's say, 1 or 2 students in your space with you. Students that you choose. Your housemate, your parent, your spouse, a sibling, a neighbor, somebody who wants to learn yoga, and ideally they are like a beginner because you're doing a 200-hour yoga teacher training. We're learning how to teach yoga to beginners. So let's say you have these 2 students in your particular yoga classroom at home, and let's say there's 10 other students who have the same setup. And then at the yoga studio, let's pretend that I have 10 students who are in person at the studio. They're going to break off into small groups with each other. And my assistants and I will be watching the in-person students and the Zoom students. So how we do that part is, I have assistants who are on Zoom waiting to go to a breakout room with you. So they're going to go and help you with the assignment. Once you see it in the classroom that I'll be in at the Yoga on Yamhill studio, you'll see what we're looking at, what we're talking about, what we're observing on our students, and what the recommendation is going to be for verbal or physical support to your student. Then you go to your breakout room with your assistant, we call them your chaperones, and your chaperone is there to watch you work with your students. You get to ask them questions, it's a back and forth conversation. These assistants and chaperones are all graduates from our teacher training programs, the 200 and the 300-hour level teacher training program. And while you're in that breakout room, I'm able to come in and see your breakout room work, and I'm also watching my assistants in the primary classroom. So it's kind of when you have those glasses at a wedding, the top glass, the next glass like this, it's like a cascade of support coming to you that way. So that's one question that we had. The process for you to decide if you're going to come to the in-person part of those weekends, and those will be Saturday and Sunday mornings. The process for you to decide is really up to you. You get to make the decision based on your personal health, your family, your schedule, your needs, your desire to be in the in-person opportunity, or your need to be at home in a different setting for that part of the training. We aren't regulating that by any particular high-end regulation process, so that's a bit of news for you there. And then one other question came in, when your application is submitted by Friday, July 31st at midnight, then you are qualifying for the early bird consideration. So our early bird deadline is Friday, July 31st. So please submit your application so we can consider you for that early bird savings of $500. And I look forward to hearing from you. Keep your questions coming, and I'm happy to clarify anything from this video that still needs clarification as well. Okay, bye for now. I hope you're staying cool in the heat and taking care of yourselves. Bye.